If you are looking for stocks which are either undervalued or have a sustainable strategy for long-term growth, stay tuned. I'm your host Dan and welcome to the Investment ABC, your guide through the stock market jungle, and today I will share my thoughts on whether Beyond Meat is a good buy at current price levels or not. Beyond Meat had its IPO in May 2019 and valued this stock at $25 per share. The moment the stock traded on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange, it closed the first day over $65 a share, which made it the best IPO since 2000. But why were investors so bullish on Beyond Meat? The answer is they have a great product in a new and growing market, which the other big food companies overlooked so far. The stock rose to a staggering price of $235 per share in July 2019, which gave investors a return of almost 10x in just 3 months. So it is no surprise that investors have taken profits since the peak and the share price a heavy beating. When you look at the chart of Beyond Meat, you can see the parabolic rise of the stock, and if you follow my channel, you know what happens after the parabolic rise. Exactly, the chances that the stock dumps back to where it started is very high. On October 29th, the lockup period for many big investors ended and the stock suffered a waterfall decline from $105 per share to under $80, where we are sitting currently. So the question is whether Beyond Meat is a long-term buy at this point or investors should better pass at the moment and wait for cheaper prices. To answer this question, let us first look at Beyond Meat's product line. Beyond Meat's most famous product is the Beyond Meat burger. The burger looks like a real beef burger. The only thing is that it is a little thicker and has a more homogeneously surface than a real beef burger. The taste is close to a real beef burger, which provides a good alternative to a lot of people who don't want to eat real meat for whatever reasons. The second product is plant-based ground meat, which tastes like real ground beef. And last but not least, they offer plant-based sausages. As ingredients, Beyond Meat uses for their proteins mainly pea, beans and sunflower. Furthermore, all products are free of GMO, soy or gluten. There is no use of antibiotics and hormones like in the meat industry, which might make Beyond Meat to a healthier alternative. These days, more and more people want to live healthier and pay attention to what they eat. Thanks to the internet and social media, information spreads like wildfire and people these days know about the antibiotics and hormones in meat or how much sugar cubes there are in a can of Coke, for example. Especially millennials are becoming more and more vegan and avoid meat. Well, millennials are also way more conscious of the environment than their elder generations. Just have a look at the environmental demonstrations around the globe. Beyond Meat uses this trend in their advertisements in which they claim that eating the plant-based burgers will help reduce environmental damage. Studies of the University of Michigan showed that eating a Beyond Meat burger compared to a classic quarter-pounder beef burger generates 90% less greenhouse gas emissions, requires 46% less energy, and has 99% less impact on water scarcity and 93% less impact on land use. So it is no surprise that Beyond Meat burgers are so popular among Tesla-loving millennials. With the help of documentaries like The Game Changers and other mainstream media, this trend should continue in my opinion. The market for vegan meat should grow from currently 4.1 billion to around 8.1 billion by 2026 according to Allied Markets research. UBS also stated that the whole vegan market, including dairies, cheese and other products, could grow to as much as 85 billion by the end of 2030. On the flip side, I would always be cautious when mainstream media is propagating something. A study from Ökotest here in Germany showed that all vegan meat patties tested by them had traces of mineral oil in it. No one really knows for sure the long-term effects of these type of processed plant-based meat on our health. So now let us have a look at the numbers of Beyond Meat and see what we can filter out of them. The market cap is currently 4.8 billion. EPS is minus 0.68 cents. Price to sales ratio is a staggering 20. That means you pay for every dollar of sales 20 bucks. If you look at Nestle with a price to sales ratio of 3.2, or Tyson Meat, which has a price to sales ratio of 0.73, you can see that at current valuations, the revenue of Beyond Meat has to grow like crazy to achieve numbers within the industry. If we have a look at the past revenue growth of Beyond Meat, we can actually see these crazy growth numbers. Beyond Meat's year-over-year quarterly revenue growth was 250%, and it realized a revenue of around 230 million in the last 12 months. The company has currently 312 million in cash and 30 million in debt. We have to ask ourselves now if Beyond Meat can sustain these growth numbers or if revenue growth slows down in the near future. Beyond Meat started to sell its products in 2016 and didn't have any competition for a long time. This year everything changed when Impossible Foods launched the Impossible Burger in September 2019, which is a very strong competitor when it comes to taste. Burger King endorsed the Impossible Burger and started to sell it recently in the restaurants. Furthermore, meats giant Tyson Foods started this summer to roll out their own vegan meat product line. And also Nestle jumped on the bandwagon with their awesome burger for the US market. In Europe, Nestle already launched its vegan burger under the name Incredible Burger and partnered with McDonald's Germany to sell them in its restaurants. Lidl, Aldi's closest competitor in Germany, launched their own vegan burger, the Next Level Burger, after they offered the Beyond Meat burger for a while and saw a run on the patty. We can see that the big boys of the food industry discovered the enormous growth potential of the vegan meat market. Everyone wants a share of this pie. Beyond Meat faces strong competition, which will most likely lead to decreasing margins. Let us have a look at the current and potential partnerships of Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat is currently in a test phase with McDonald's to sell the Beyond Meat patty in Canada. If they can achieve an exclusive deal to sell their burgers all over the US, that would be a great deal for Beyond Meat. Currently, you can find the Beyond Meat products in Carl's Jr., Dunkin', A&W Canada, Bear Burger, Chronic Tacos, Del Taco, or Yard House. These are restaurants in North America. So now imagine in how many big fast food chains all over the world Beyond Meat can enter in the coming years. What is interesting is that there is a fierce competition between the Beyond Burger and the Impossible Burger over contracts with fast food burger chains. What do you guys think? Which one tastes better, the Beyond Burger or the Impossible Burger? Since we don't have the Impossible Burger here in Germany, I would really appreciate your comments for further evaluation. But if I just have a look at the partnerships of both companies, I get the impression that Impossible Burger might have a slight edge over the Beyond Meat Burger. But still, I'm looking forward to your comments and to your replies. I will give you again a summary of the strengths and weaknesses I see in Beyond Meat, and afterwards I want you to tell me your own opinion. The strengths are: number one, the first mover advantage, which helps to create a strong brand recognition among consumers. Number two, growing vegan market. Think about the elderly with cholesterol problems, people who don't want to eat burger because of the environment, people who don't want to eat because of their religion. There are tons of people who are looking for an alternative to real meat. Number three, the very strong revenue growth over the last year Beyond Meat had. Number four, supposedly more environmental friendly and healthier than normal meat. Number five, the management of Beyond Meat is pretty good. The weaknesses. Number one, growing market attracts strong competitors like Impossible Food, Nestle, Tyson Food, and other supermarket chains launching their own meat. Number two, studies show that vegan meat is not a healthier alternative to real meat. Although it doesn't have antibiotics or hormones, it is processed and we don't know the side effects of that. If more studies show that the Beyond Meat burger is indeed not healthy or could, for example, cause cancer, it would damage the expansion because the target group are people who are health conscious. Number three, although the growth of revenue is crazy, the market cap is just too high in my opinion. Growth won't be that high in the near future due to strong competition. Number 4, the competition will lead to reduced margins, which will delay profitability. For me, Beyond Meat is actually still overvalued after its recent drop from $235 to $80. The risk is just too high that consumers figure out that the Beyond Meat products are highly processed. It just needs a couple of bad studies that show that the burgers cause cancer and sales growth will decline substantially. The competition is entering the market, which enters the market is very strong and experienced in the food industry, and also have deep pockets to reduce prices and gain market share. I don't know the taste of the competitors' burgers, but competition is not necessarily a bad thing. If the other burgers are not that good and the more variety there is, consumers will stick to what they know tastes. Me, for example, I tried the burger of Beyond Meat's competition in Germany and I got an allergic reaction, so naturally I won't eat it again and will stick to what is working for me best. The deal with McDonald's is most likely priced in and won't have any price effects in the near term. But if McDonald's is passing on Beyond Meat, it could lead to a waterfall decline. The risk of further profit taking putting pressure on the stock price is very high. I expect Beyond Meat to trade in the 60s range in the next 3 months. If it ever reaches fair value, I will have to evaluate the stock again, and maybe at that time I will buy it. Even if you are vegan and you love the stock, please always have your eyes on the numbers and the risks, and don't let your emotion cloud your judgment. If you like this video, please support the channel and press the like button, subscribe and share. If you think Beyond Meat is a buy at this price, comment on why you think so. Love to hear your reasons. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.